Now, I just want to show you a little clip of someone we've all come to know and love because you reminded us of this woman and her activism in your column this week.
You have stolen my dreams and my childhood with your empty words, and yet I'm one of the lucky ones. People are suffering, people are dying, entire ecosystems are collapsing. We are in the beginning of a mass extinction, and all you can talk about is money and fairy tales of eternal economic growth. How dare you?
I just can't believe that stuff. She's one of the lucky ones, though. But you point out that a lot of governments around the world, including our own, have followed her advice.
Mm-hmm. And now look where it's leading them. In the UK, I included all these details in the column. Restaurants, little cafes that used to have an annual bill of the equivalent of annual electricity bill of about $5,000 Australian, they're looking at paying many multiples of that, like nearly 30 grand and so on. They're going to the wall. They can't turn a profit. They can't afford to open their doors. There's one joint that's paying £125 or is looking to be paying £125 a day just to heat a cafe in the winter. £125 a day before you've even got customer one through the door. So in a way, Greta was right. We are looking at destruction of economic systems, but we're not. We still haven't seen the climate change that she keeps been screeching about for the best part of her whole life. Yeah,
it's just terrible. We've heard a lot less of her lately, but everybody else is carrying the torch, including in our own country. And I was staggered this afternoon in Question Time when the debate got onto energy. Anthony Albanese, instead of embracing nuclear as an option that is going to get us there, China, India, the UK, France, all getting back into nuclear, he mocks the idea of nuclear as a solution for Australia. Have a look.
The Shadow Minister is looking at the nuclear option. No one likes a reactor like a reactionary, Mr. Speaker. No one likes a reactor like a reactionary. And then they came in here, remember, during the last term when they were in government, they came in here and carried around a lump of coal. Remember that? They handed it around, the member for New England and the member for Cook. And I'll give them this bit of advice now they're going down the nukes option. I'll give them that bit of advice. Don't bring in a bit of uranium and pass it around. Because that won't work well.
Honestly, they're going to look like flat earthers in the future.
He loves that reactionaries line. He's used it before. He thinks it's a winner, but it doesn't make any sense. I'll tell you who else loves reactors: Germany.
The Greens.
Germany, who are now delaying their plans to close nuclear reactors. California hasn't had a Republican governor for years. They've just delayed plans to close their last nuclear reactor. So he's materially wrong. And also, uranium, pre-processing, pre-yellow cake, hand it around, go for your life.
Well, exactly. I've been down a uranium mine. You don't need to worry about that, handling a bit of that ore. Now, I want to finish up on a bit of sport here because we got Isla Tomljanovic going well in the US Open, but also going incredibly well is Nick Kyrgios. Now, he's beaten the world number one. The other top dog, Djokovic, is not allowed into the country. Nadal's out. Is Australia, is the world ready for Nick Kyrgios to be a US Open champion?
You know how you see in tennis matches the spectators are all like throughout the entire game?
Yeah.
Well, that's if you're a fan of Nick Kyrgios, that's what you like all the time about how he's behaving. He's either an angel or a demon. He's either inspired or a lunatic. He's either playing to the absolute best of his ability or just showing up. You never know what sort of Nick you're going to get. It turns out a pretty good one's turned up in New York this week.
Yes, indeed. I think he's going to be embraced if he holds the trophy up. Australians will suddenly love him universally.
Absolutely.
Now,
yes.
Speaking of love in sport, I'm disturbed to hear that you don't follow Collingwood anymore. You reckon the AFL's too woke? Come on, tell me you haven't had a sneaky look at the telly and you're getting a bit excited about Collingwood coming up to Sydney maybe. Well, I got to get over Freo first. Not interested?
Mate, I can't even name the coach. I went cold turkey before the start of the season. It's been surprisingly easy. it's a painless divorce. And, I haven't made a big noise about it because it doesn't really matter what I do. But, I can't tell you who the star players are. I don't know what the major controversies are. Not a single game all year. Too woke, go away.
Well, dear, you have to get into the country footy then. Thanks for joining us, Tim. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. Go Horsham.